A color coding scheme is now being used in Vigan City to denote whether earthquake-hit buildings are safe. The Davao City local government has banned swimming and fishing in 2 rivers because of a chemical spill. And United States House Speaker Nancy Pelosi defies warnings from China to visit Taiwan. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. Cracks and sand boils were found in some barangays in Abra after last week's magnitude 7 earthquake. Mon Gualvez with the details.
Mud that's almost the color of ash. These are the marks left by the magnitude 7 quake in a creek in Barangay Deet in Tayum, Abra.
Ang pumasok sa isipan natin, volcano. Baka sakali may volcano dito, yun ang kinatatakot namin. Baka maranasan namin yung naranasan sa Pinatubo.
Long wide cracks also sprouted from the ground, measuring up to around 200 meters towards the Abra River. PHIVOLCS clarifies though that there's nothing to worry about, as this is just a sand boil which normally happens after a major tremor.
Ang sand boil ay isang manifestation ng tinatawag na liquefaction. Yung mga lugar, ang nangyari, inalog mo yung ilalim ng lupa, yung pressure dahil sa shaking na yon, biglang lumabas ngayon yung tubig na kung minsan may kasamang mga sand. Either kung ano yung sand na nando, pwedeng black, pwedeng gray.
The Abra River fault is what the PHIVOLCS believes to have caused the recent earthquake. The agency estimates the fault line to be 40 to 60 kilometers in length, which was last triggered a tremor back in 1868.
May certain length siya na sinusukat yung mga geologists. Mas mahaba yung fault, mas mataas yung magnitude na pwede niyang i-generate.
Many coastal areas near Abra River were also found to have cracks, but experts said these are not dangerous as there are no establishments above. PHIVOLCS has set up 8 temporary seismic station networks to monitor aftershocks. For News 5, Mon Gualvez, we are One News.
The earthquake-hit city of Vigan has implemented a color coding scheme to identify damaged buildings. Laila Pangilinan with the details.
A week after a magnitude 7 earthquake hit parts of northern Luzon, Vigan City has started implementing a color coding scheme for the assessment of buildings and establishments.
Naglalagay na po tayo ngayon ng mga notices, pinapaskel natin. Simple bond paper with a notice dun sa mga structure na na-inspect na.
Green is for buildings that are found safe for use, like the Vigan City Hall. Yellow will be assigned for restricted use or buildings that would still be needing repairs but are already safe. Among those is the Vigan City Market, where scaffolds are being placed. Although it's already business as usual, some vendors can't help but still worry about their safety.
Takot po, pero medyo umayos naman. Sana hindi na matuloy.
May nagsisilbing protection naman po siya dyan. Pero kinakabahan pa rin po kami. Baka mamaya lumindol na naman.
On the other hand, color red means off-limits or prohibited, like the Vigan Cathedral and its bell tower. The LGU is set to put scaffolds in the area to prevent the church from collapsing. After the assessment, the next phase is intervention, wherein the city will start with the repairs of structures. Aside from the heritage site, schools in Code Yellow will be prioritized.
The objective of which is to be able to restore all of these ancestral houses at the soonest possible time before further deterioration will happen.
For now, the assessment of establishments is underway.
Our inspection teams, which we composed early on, are continuing to do the inspection. These teams are composed of qualified engineers and architects and contractors.
For News 5, Laila Pangilinan, we are One News.
One News now. We'll be pausing for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. 2 rivers in Davao City were found to be contaminated by a chemical spill. Gemma Vansenia with the report.
Wearing hazmat suits, this Special Rescue Force personnel had to climb down a cliff to reach this tanker truck in Barangay Suwawan in Davao City. The tanker truck fell 50 feet off a cliff, killing its driver and injuring one other helper. The truck was carrying caustic soda or sodium hydroxide, a poisonous substance which reportedly spilled over to the creek going to Suwawan River, reaching as far as Davao River. Caustic soda is used to make bleach, soaps, and even explosives. Authorities warned that the chemical is a very harmful substance to people who come in direct contact with the contaminated water. Dead fish were also seen floating on the creek after the incident. Residents in the area now can't help but worry.
Nananamo sila, mga bata. Ya, tapos ay sa magkuan kay maligo diha kay kuan. Delikado. Mabala ka gud ta oy.
Authorities assure residents that the rest of the chemical that spilled is already contained. But for precautionary measures, the rivers of Suwawan, Davao, and Tamugan will be temporarily closed off to the public. For News 5, Gemma Vansenia, we are One News.
United States House Speaker Nancy Pelosi pushed through with her visit to Taiwan despite warnings and threats from China. Pelosi is the most senior U.S. official to visit Taiwan in 25 years. However, her visit has been met with strong opposition from Beijing as it is viewed as undermining U.S.-China relations. International Studies Professor Renato De Castro explained the implications of this development on One News. De Castro says the Philippines, being a treaty ally of the United States, as well as its proximity to Taiwan, should both be taken into account.
If we expect the Americans to assist us in the South China Sea dispute, then of course the United States also expect us to assist them, just in case you have the push comes to shove situation in the Taiwan Straits. If you have a major conflict between Taiwan and China, how will we be able to evacuate those 150,000 of our countrymen? We simply don't have the capability.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. New COMELEC Chairman George Garcia presided over his first en-banc session earlier today. Garcia has been reappointed as chairman of the poll body after briefly serving as COMELEC commissioner. The Tourism Department is now investigating reports of overpriced seafood meals in Panglao, Bohol. This is after a group of 19 tourists were reportedly charged 26,000 pesos for their meal. And an SWS survey shows that 48% of Filipino families consider themselves as poor in June from the 43% recorded in April. This figure translates to 12 million self-rated poor families across the country. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.